this world of valley greens and ocean swirl, of fragrant blossoms and birds that sing, of happy voices with childlike ring, of ecstasy from lover's kiss. Though evermore I'm done with this, and my journey through eternity to the dawn of nothing be, I shall begin a cheer for me. If little children let fall a tear to express the love they bear and weep my passing from this earth, because till death, yea, from birth for truth and goodness I have striven, because of kindness I have given, if they should weep to have me stay, because I've lighted up their way, then happy upon my couch I'll lie, when I lay me down to die. I call this my creed. I wrote it in 1948 and lived to it until my passing at 102 years old. My name is Sally Baldwin Howard. And oh, please don't feel sorry for my death. I left this world just like my creed, happy upon my couch. Well, my bed, knowing that my life made and will make a difference in thousands, maybe millions of children's lives. I was born in 1916 as the daughter of a sharecropper. I had a special love for education, and despite the many months I missed school year after year helping my family in the fields, I managed to end up valedictorian of my class in 1938. Oh, I loved school. I went to New York to further my studies, and despite me being part of the American Negro Theater, my love for education took me back to a school in Queens, New York, where I was the first black teacher. I went back to my hometown, Wilson, North Carolina, to continue my mission, to awaken children to know who they were and what they could accomplish. Throughout this journey, I kept listening to the voices of my fellow African Americans. Oh, you want to do what? Oh no, they're not gonna let you do that. Oh, you want to be what? Oh no, they're not gonna let you be an actress or a teacher. Then, when I taught children, I heard the same voices. Oh no, they're not gonna let me do this or be that. All along, my response became my loudest and proudest voice. Who is they? Who is they? We are they. You are they. Get up and work for what you want. I made that my mission, to teach every child I encountered that their future didn't have to be determined by their circumstances. So, I compiled incredible information to teach them who they really were. I said, children, do you know that black was not always beautiful to us black folks? No, indeed. Before the 1960s, we called ourselves Negroes. That was the name given to us by the Europeans who brought us from Africa and enslaved us here in the Americas and Europe. This great slave holocaust had cut us away from our African roots. So after a generation or two, slavery had produced in us a complete condition of cultural amnesia. We had lost all memory of who we were. And oh, I wanted to change that. I wanted to awaken a a generation of children to the truth about their heritage. I created a library of booklets containing facts about Africa, inventions, history, and information to empower our black children. I used Ted Parsons' story, the revolt of the evil fairies, to raise consciousness about this here colorism.
The grand dramatic offering of the Booker T. Washington Colored Grammar School was the biggest event of the year in our social life in Hopkinsville, Kentucky. It was the one occasion on which they let us use the old Cooper Opera House, and even some of the white folks came out yearly to applaud our presentation. The first 2 rows of the orchestra were always reserved for our white friends, and our leading colored citizens sat right behind them, with an empty row intervening, of course. The title of our play never varied. It was always Prince Charming and the Sleeping Beauty. But no 2 presentations were ever the same. Miss LaPrade called it a modern morality play of the conflict between the forces of good and evil. And the forces of evil, of course, always came off second best. The Booker T. Washington Colored Grammar School was in a state of ferment from Christmas till February. For this was the part where parts were assigned. First, there was the selection of good fairies and evil fairies. This was very important because the good fairies wore white costumes and the evil fairies black. And strangely enough, most of the good fairies usually turned out to be extremely light in complexion in white folks' features. There was never any doubt about Prince Charming and Sleeping Beauty. They were always light-skinned. And although nobody ever discussed those things openly, it was an accepted fact that a lack of pigmentation was a decided advantage in the Prince Charming and Sleeping Beauty sweepstakes. Therein lay my personal tragedy. I made the best grades in my class. I was the leading debater and the scion of a respected family in the community. But I could never be Prince Charming, because I was black. Mama had experience with this sort of thing, for all my brothers finished Booker T before me. Not that I was alone in my disappointment. Many of my classmates felt it too. I probably just took it more to heart. Though, I should have been able to regard the matter calmly too, for this was only a reflection of our daily community life in Hopkinsville. Realities had the best of everything. Yet, I was inconsolable the first time they turned me down for Prince Charming. My real heartbreak, however, came to hear they picked Sarah Williams for Sleeping Beauty. I had been in love with Sarah since kindergarten. After Sarah was chosen for Sleeping Beauty, I put my soul into the Prince Charming role. If I declaimed boldly in previous contests, I was matchless now. If I had bothered Mama with rehearsals at home before, I pestered her to death this time. But although I never admitted it, even to myself, I knew I was doomed from the start. They gave the part to Leonardius Wright. Leonardius, of course, was yellow. I never liked Leonardius Wright. He was a goody-good, and even Mama was always throwing him up to me. But above all, he too was in love with Sarah Williams. And now, he got a chance to kiss her every day in rehearsing the Awakening scene. Well, the show must go on, even for little black boys. So I threw my soul into my part and made the head evil fairy a character to be remembered. The attendance at our grand dramatic offering that year was the best in its history. When the curtain came up on the last act, the audience was in a fine fit. Everything had gone well for me too, except for one spot in the second act. That was where Leonardius unexpectedly rapped me over the head with his sword. That was not in the script. But Miss LaPrade quieted me down by saying, it made a nice touch anyway. The third act went on smoothly, until we came to the vanquishing scene. That was where I slunk from the shadows for the last time and challenged Prince Charming to mortal combat. The hero reached for his shining sword, a bit unsportsmanlike, I always thought, since Miss LaPrade consistently left the head evil fairy unarmed. And then it happened. Later, I protested loudly, but in vain, that it was a case of self-defense. I pointed out that Leonardius had a mean look in his eye. I cited the impromptu rapping he had given my head in the second act. But they just wouldn't believe me. They just wouldn't believe that Leonardius really intended to brain me when he reached for his sword. Anyway, he didn't succeed. For the minute I saw that evil gleam in his eye, it wasn't my own. I cut loose with the right to the jab, and Prince Charming dropped his shining sword and staggered back. Then he lowered his head and came charging in fists flailing. The audience thought the scratch was something in his pride. But when the curtain rained down, the forces of good and evil locked in combat and sleeping beauty was wild awake. They rained the curtain back up 15 minutes later, and we finished the play. I lay down and expired according to specifications. But Prince Charming will probably remember my sneering corpse to his dying day. The Grand Night all had all the next year. But I didn't care. I couldn't have been Prince Charming anyway.
Thank you, guys. You see, for over 300 years, we have been brainwashed to hate the color of our skin. This color phobia had affected our black teachers as well as our black preachers. All of the Bible characters on the walls and stained windows, all of the children's Sunday school illustrations were white, never black like ourselves. And this did not even spare our morning services. It seems that no Sunday morning service was complete without the minister or some devoted member sending up an urgent prayer beseeching God to wash us all white. This brainwashing did not spare even the lyrics of our church hymns. But in the worst circumstances, we took their music and turned it into these majestic spirituals with intricate harmonies and a cry full of hope, endurance, and hidden messages of resistance. Just listen.
Lord, I want
race has nothing to do with color. And I made that known to every child I taught. As I was walking the path prepared for me, God sent me the warrior I needed by my side. Dr. Joanne Woodard. She founded the Youth Enrichment Program so I could teach more children about who they really were. Our YEP camp was a success. I developed the YEP book filled with things every African American child should remember. Know that we were the children of the great ancient Africans. So we learned songs in Kiswahili like Asante Mungu, Asante Mungu, Asante Mungu, nataka tu kukushukuru Mungu. And, of course, every black child needs to know the Negro National Anthem. Oh, children, please sing a piece of it.
Her glory is
private school serves a multicultural student body. And teachers from many different nationalities. And teach them with passion. The message to every child crossing those doors is the same. You are somebody.